What's up guys, Super9 here once again with a video about a Necromancer. We did one of these before. I was curious how he performs when you get absolutely best in slot gear. It is a little bit unrealistic what we have done with this Necromancer, but I figured let's give it a try and yeah, see what he can do with all of this. So the gear itself, we got some triangles. I did a faster block rate corruption on here. We can look at the breakpoints in a little bit. Then it's a Death's Web with +1. It is a Steel Shade with +1. There's 2 facets in there. Then a Bramble, which rolled 44%. Could reroll it up to 50, but you know, it is what it is. The Amulet, this is an item that doesn't really exist. The important part is +2 to Necro and the faster cost. Everything else helps, but little unrealistic item here. Using it anyway because you know it's as good as it can get. Storm Shield with +1 on there, Facet in here, and Rune for a little bit extra resist. We have a PDR, a Corruption on the Waterwalks, Bocato's Ring with faster cost, the Arachnid with faster cost, and a Bocato's with cannot be frozen. You could swap these around. You could get cannot be frozen on the boots, get some faster cost on this as well. That frees up a little bit of room that you don't need like perfect rolls. Small charms, combination of resist and life. All of them 20 life and a bunch of resist. Obviously perfect Annie and perfect Torch. 2 faster run walk skillers. 3 with faster hit recovery, and then a couple more with 45 life on there. When we take a look at the breakpoints here, we have 80 cast rate with this build. We need 75 for a breakpoint, so that it gives you a little bit of wiggle room, right? You don't have to roll 20 on the RX or on the Amulet. You get 5% wiggle room here. Hit recovery 86 and a block rate of 95, so that will slow us down less than it did before when we didn't hit these breakpoints over here. Resist are capped. Not pretty when it comes to conviction, but it is the only thing we can squeeze in here. The mercenary is on a Doom. Gaze with some all-res attack speed in there. Temperance Might with ED and attack speed. Just Gores, Nosferatus, and Draculs. I didn't corrupt these items. With these amounts of attack speed, the Treasure is probably not best in slot, but I didn't worry about the Mercenary too much to pimp him out as much as the Necromancer himself. And then on swap we have a CTA with a +6 to battle orders and a lidless. We could roll a +1 on the lidless here for that extra battle order, but it's so small I didn't really want to bother with that. So let's have a look. His HP is a little bit low. Stat points is overcapped on strength because this amulet is kind of dumb, so I didn't want to take that into account. That's why we got like 30 extra strength. Dexterity for max block, and we just dumped the rest into vitality. So he is a bit squishy, but let's do a little map to test it out. I did a very hard map here on purpose to test the strength of this Necromancer. So we're gonna lose our max block. There will be reanimated hordes that are poison immune, and they will have a lot of extra life, 20% increased maximum life. Okay, so we rolled a kind of a hard map. Skill tree here is low resist. I believe that is 16 points to get minus 42%. That should be enough to break all poison immunities. Poison and bone, obviously we have all of the poison nova synergies maxed. And summoning maxed. Sorry, not maxed blood warp, enough to get it down to 0-second cooldown. And then the rest of the points into revive to get some meat shields in here. Okay. Let's get some corpses in our live. We buff up and let's see how this rolls. 4 revives, that'll do. Obviously, the plan is to zoom. If you are only soloing, I would probably not take the lower resist. And just skip the poison immunes. If you are partying here and there with friends, I would take it because you have a bit of a more party-friendly build. Okay, my padding is a little off. I haven't really touched the game in a while, but we'll figure it out. The only reason we need to curse is to break immunities, because we have a lot of penetration. Probably overkilling a little bit here and there. I'm still stuck a little bit in some hit recovery and some block frames here and there, but when you're TPing into the middle of things, that is to be expected. Take a second to kill this boss over here. Single target is not amazing. The Merc helps. The revives don't do any meaningful amount of damage. They're mostly just there for some meat shields. All the life on kill that we have, we are easily sustaining the cost of our blood orb. So in the interest of full clear, I'm just cursing these couple of poison immunes to break them and kill them. Like I said, if you're doing solo, then we're just skipping these. It's not a lot of them. If it is an elite pack, you know, you miss it, too bad. Kind of run away from this the guy a little bit. Hide behind the minions. Make sure my Merc stays alive. Hit him with the Desecrate. There we go. Let's finish up this map here. Ideally, you TP once, cast once, and move on. With more practice, You can do this a lot cleaner. Refresh my army. Refresh my buffs. Cast a little bit more on the elite packs. Although I do think we have the damage to one-tap most of the packs. But don't forget there is 20% extra life on this map. So things are a lot tankier than usual. If you're doing a lot of soloing, you could build it a bit more defensively with all the +1s that we have rolled on the gear. I don't know why that fell off. You probably don't need that if you're not doing like increased hit point maps and stuff. You don't really need that, and even if you're casting a couple extra times, it's still fast enough. You could make it a little bit tankier for hardcore purposes, because it is a very high risk, high reward build on hardcore, because you do want to be TPing into things. Like, you're making this for the clear speed, right? You don't want to tiptoe in a map. You want to zoom. That's what we want to do. Okay. Poison immune, guys. Alright, that is full run. Let's finish up these guys. Couple of stragglers. A little bit of a showcase of the old Necromancer. When we look at the damage on the Nova, it is yeah, 29k damage is what we're pulling with level 47 Nova. All right, so that is a showcase of this this little guy over here. If you have any suggestions of how to make this actually better, please let me know in the comments. It's always fun to see how this could become even better, because this is my version of the best in slot for getting the mercenary, but yeah, what could you do to make this even better than it is right now? So if you have any ideas, let me know. Hope you enjoyed this little showcase of a little bit of an unrealistic geared Necromancer, but it's fun, right, to dream about this gear. If you're lucky, maybe you get this at the end of the season, but it's still quite some crazy items in it. All right, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. See you on the next one.